Isabelle was only a 3-week student, yet she still managed to get done a project that essentially would take a student the full 6 weeks, maybe even more time, because not only did she complete her base project, but she added her robot claw to a car, allows her to drive around, giving her more degrees of freedom.
Hi, I'm Isabelle, and I'm a rising senior at St. Ignatius, and for my starter project, I did the mini grand piano, and for my main project, I did a mini robotic arm. And I chose this because I thought it would be a good introduction to electrical and mechanical engineering, as well as coding/programming. And here's a little demo. And then the claw goes up and down. And so how it works is that there are 4 servo motors around the claw which control the movements through the parts, and they're hooked up to an Arduino, which is loaded with code. So I programmed it so I can make the servos do what I wanted to according to the buttons I press on the PS2 controller. And then also there are 2 motors in the wheels, which I did as a modification, which are also hooked up to the Arduino, which I'm able to control through here. And some challenges I ran into along the way is after I built my arm, well, originally the parts came with a different microcontroller other than the Arduino, and so there was a code that just was like listed with the parts that I just put on it, and when I put it onto the arm, it would glitch a lot and flinch, and I couldn't figure out the reason why. However, after a bunch of like different testing things using an oscilloscope and just testing, like looking through the code, it turns out that there was like a problem with the pins, because the other board came with a little LED screen, and there were pins hooked up to it that were supposed to be for the servos, so there was complications with that, which was causing the arm to flinch a lot and not do what I wanted. However, that I was able to fix that problem by switching over to an Arduino, which is part of my modifications. So with my modifications, I switched over to an Arduino, and by doing that, I was able to add a wireless controller, because before there was just a little connected controller that couldn't really do much with it. However, this is better with this wireless, because also with this I'm able to drive it around by another modification of adding the wheels. And before coming to this program, I had no experience at all with engineering. I had an interest, but I never really was able to put it into action until now. And so I've definitely enjoyed the 3 weeks that I've been here, and my interest has definitely grown a lot, and I want to definitely do more projects.
You mentioned that you used an oscilloscope. What's an oscilloscope, and what are some other tools and techniques you used to figure out what was wrong?
An oscilloscope is this box thing with a screen where you hook it up, and you can see on the screen the voltage and if there's any drops, which there was with mine, because it wasn't getting to the servos because of the interference. And so it provides a visual of the signal to see like what's happening with the current flow and everything. Sorry, what was the second part?
What were some other tools and techniques you used to figure out?
I used multimeter a lot, because my batteries would die often, and that turned out to cause a lot of problems as well. And so I had to use that a lot to test if batteries were dead, or just to see if it was a problem and for when things were going wrong.
What would you say that the most fun moment was, like maybe when your project worked for the first time?
Well, probably it was when the project worked for the first time, when after I switched over to the Arduino, and so like I was able to put in the movements and stuff that I wanted into the code, and it actually would work with no glitches at all, which is really satisfying, because before it was just out of control, and it was just really like calming for it to actually do what I wanted for once, and it was just really satisfying. Any other questions? Thank you.